Hello chess players, we can solve hard puzzles by effort sometimes or by luck. But whenever similar position occurs in our game, we might not be able to realize the solution. Therefore, it's not about puzzle only, but also to have understanding of move sequence that brought us to the winning position. Here is the today's position. We are going to do the same. We will begin with key positional observations of the puzzle in terms of pros and cons. We are playing as a white color and it is an endgame rook bishop versus queen. We have played castling on queen side and our king is quite safe. We have center pass pawn backed by another pawn c5. This is pass pawn d6. Rook on the semi-open file behind the pass pawn. Bishop has good activity and also eyeing towards the opponent's king structure. Now, let us see the another side of the board. Black has played castling on the king side, but the pawn structure is completely damaged here. So this is not a good pawn structure. Black has only queen and so many pawns, but none of the pawn is a pass pawn. Black queen is active, but the queen itself is anchored there to stop this pawn promotion. Black has no real threat on us. Now, pause the video and try to find the sequence of moves that will lead to winning position in this game. You can also write your moves in the comment box. Alright, if you found bishop b5 brilliant, amazing, this showcased your endgame tactics because if pawn capture bishop, it's pawn c6, one more sacrifice. Now, if queen accepts this sacrifice, then pawn d7, and here black is resigning a game because the pawn promotion is now unstoppable. So, after bishop b5, let's say if opponent is playing something else, getting the king closer, then bishop capture pawn, one more attempt to sacrifice a bishop. Now, if queen capture, then again the pawn d7 is unstoppable pawn promotion here. Opponent cannot stop it. Let's say if queen comes to c7, then also it is pawn to d8, promoting into queen, queen capture queen, and rook capture queen. So in this endgame, black has no piece, whereas we have a complete rook up. So this is completely winning for us. There is one more variation. After pawn d7, if king tries to come closer, still we can promote this pawn into queen. It's a check. King cannot capture a queen because it is protected by our rook. So that's the advantage of rook behind a pass pawn. Remember this golden tip that always keep your rook behind pass pawns. Now you see, it's very easy to solve any position if we observe the board properly using the position observation technique. We have solved this tricky position and we might be able to recreate similar position during the game. Now, let us understand the step that brought us to this tricky position. Therefore, let's begin from the starting. Game started with pawn d4, pawn d5, center control, pawn c4, queen's gambit opening. If black accept this pawn, then it will be queen's gambit accepted variation. And here we are getting center control by sacrificing a pawn. But in the game, black is avoiding it. Pawn is 6, opening the minor piece bishop and controlling the center. Knight c3, developing a minor piece and controlling center squares. Pawn c6, defending the center pawn, increasing more defenders. Here we added a variation, queen's gambit decline, semi-slave defense. Pawn e3, opening our minor piece bishop and controlling center square d4. Knight f6, knight opposite knight. Black is counter controlling center squares. Knight f3, developing our one more minor piece, controlling center squares. Knight bd7, developing black's minor piece and controlling center square e5. Queen c2, activating our queen and eyeing towards the center break on e4 square. Bishop d6, black is developing the minor piece and preparing for center break e5. Pawn e4, taking an initiative to open the center, plus We are also threatening fork on the next move by pawn e5. So let's see. Yep. Black played knight capture pawn, knight capture back, pawn capture back, queen capture back, and here we set our queen on the center square. Pawn e5. Here black is opening the center squares, but the pawn is pinned. Pawn takes pawn, castling. Black is playing castling here, offering a bishop sacrifice to trap our queen. And that's the main variation of this game. So, pawn capture bishop, capturing a hanging piece. Here, black is playing rook e8, trapping our queen. Queen capture rook, check. We can think about blocking with our knight, but there's a big blunder because still black can respond with rook capture knight and our queen is still pinned, as if we capture the rook, knight can capture our queen. So that's why queen capture rook check, queen capture back, bishop a3, blocking the check, controlling center square d4, preparing for castling on queen side, pawn b5, and here black is started counterattack. Black wants to open pawn structure on the queen side so that the rook on a8 can come into the action quickly. Queen side castling, increasing the king's safety and removing this pin. Knight f6, improving the knight on the best square. Bishop d4, improving our knight on center square. Bishop e6, black is developing the bishop, attacking on pawn c4. Bishop takes knight. This is equal threat, but this also gives us a really good advantage in terms of destroying the black's pawn structure above the king. Remember, pawn structure damage above the king is not at all good. As the game continued, pawn c5. Now we have two pawns in the opponent's territory. Also, d6 pawn is passed pawn and it is backed by the rook d1. Pawn b4. Opponent is advancing their pawn in our territory. King b1. We are preparing our rook a1, rook c1. Knight comes to d4, improving our knight on the center square. Bishop d5. Opponent is trying to anchor our bishop on f1. Rook c1. Queen a5. So here black is attacking on a2 with bishop and queen and we have only one backup, the king. So we are defending this threat by knight b3, queen to d8. Now bishop c4, novelty, and sacrificing a pawn on g2 square so that if blacks accept it, we can create a pin. And now black will lose this bishop. Black cannot save it. So black is not accepting it and giving us check, moving our king on a step square, queen d7, stopping our pawn movement and placing queen on active area, pawn f3. With this move, we are limiting black bishop square. Bishop back to b5, knight d4, advancing our knight on the center square, rook e8. Opponent is preparing the rook on the open file. Rook h through e1. Counter attack. We should not allow rook on the open file. If opponent is placing rook on the open file, we should oppose it. We should put our own rook. Rook e5 is a mistake because we got an opportunity to exchange pieces to drag the opponent into the endgame because a lone queen cannot stop this our pass pawn d6. Let's see how. Starting with rook capture rook, pawn capture back, knight capture bishop, queen capture bishop. Now, should we push this pawn to d7? No way, because queen is still attacking there and our rook is not behind the pass pawn. So first we will get our rook behind the pass pawn, preparing for pawn d7. And now black is playing queen d7, stopping our pass pawn. Here we arrived at our puzzle position. As you know the solution, bishop b5, pawn takes bishop, pawn c6, attacking on queen, If queen capture pawn, then pawn d6, 6 to 7, and black resign again as a pawn is unstoppable to promote into queen. Remember that our aim is not to keep all the moves in our mind, but understanding of piece placement and coordination are important. I have shared PGN file in the description box. Now, let me show you the position for the next video. So, this is the position for our next video. We will be playing as a black color. I hope you have learned something new today. Check out my other videos and comment your feedback. Stay tuned for the next video. Thanks for watching.